The Behind Ears podcast crew would like to thank the following sponsors for their generous support. If you have a little one and you're going to Walt Disney World, you're going to need a stroller. I'll tell you what, kingdomstrollers.com is the place where you want to look into. I'll tell you, I've destroyed my fair share of strollers while at Walt Disney World, and those things are not cheap. But getting something from kingdomstrollers.com, they'll be able to help you pick out the perfect stroller for you. And the nice part is that because they're a Disney preferred provider, they'll be able to drop it off and pick it up right from your Disney resort at no extra charge. So if you don't want to necessarily destroy your stroller in the process and you want to have a great Disney vacation with your little one, contact kingdomstrollers.com and they'll set you right up. That's kingdomstrollers.com.
Attention wizards and witches. The Expedition Roasters head roastmaster is pleased to announce the release of 4 new wizarding brews. Are you charming and courageous? Book smart and brilliant? Big-hearted and kind? Or possibly cunning and ambitious? You may have to try all 4 to find out which house roast you belong to. So cast a transporting spell over to expeditionroasters.com to begin your journey. And don't forget to continue your adventure with our large selection of pop culture-inspired themed coffees. There's always an adventure in every bag. Behind the Ears podcast fans, be sure to use the code EARS20 for 20% off your first order. That's EARS20 at expeditionroasters.com. Brew your happy place.
Coming to you live from our studios on the East Coast and in the Midwest, it's the Behind Ears podcast, because everybody does Disney differently.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Ears podcast. We go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Facebook and or YouTube. And you can follow us on all our social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. If you are new to the show, welcome. If you are a long-time listener, well, thanks for coming back. We are going to do a topic tonight that we hate doing. We literally can't stand talking about it. That's why we never do it, and that is food. I am just kidding. we talk probably too much about food. I am Uncle Danny, the man in the yellow. That is Mr. Chris. Sir, how are you doing on not only this Friday Eve, but we are 48 hours away from the Indy Disney meet, and you are less than 24 hours away from being in Indianapolis.
Less than 12 hours from now, I will be on the road heading down. I am actually going to start my journey by first off having lunch with a great friend of mine from high school that I've managed to stay in touch with all these years. And then I'm going to go probably help set up over at the Indy meet locale a little bit. But, the thing of it is, man, all the work that I have put into, like shopping for swag and getting everything set up and things like that. Man, oh man, almighty. I cannot believe how much time. And also I think I bought too much swag.
Never too much swag. We're going to Disney right after.
I know. And it's just one of those cases where, I think I bought too much swag. I don't know how, but I guess that means we'll just have to start giving it away between the Indy Disney meet and, while we're there at Food and Wine and stuff like that. It's gonna be very cool. I really can't wait. I really can't wait for it.
It's going to be super exciting. Unfortunately, if you did not join us on Tuesday, I'll revisit it. I will not be in attendance this year to the Indy Disney meet, unfortunately, but I will be in attendance the following day inside Disney World with Mr. Chris, as we will partake on a 4-day adventure inside the parks and a 1-day adventure at Give Kids the World. So, without further ado, let's dive right on in to some food. Now, Chris, you found a handy dandy app, and I just got on the app. So we're going to get two perspectives on how this app really works and runs. And during the preview, after we shared out the show, I was able to open up, go through the tutorial and start kind of diving through it. And I can't wait to leave some reviews because there's some awesome things that I want to try to eat. So before we go into the app, why don't you tell everybody what the app is?
All right. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and say this. It's one of those cases where this is, we're trying something different. I really have not used this app before. I actually heard an ad for it over on Sorcerer Radio, srsounds.com. Great radio station, by the way. It's going to be really cool because they're going to be actually streaming all the music at the Indy Disney meet. It's going to be really awesome. I love that place. I should say I love that station. So yeah, advertising works. Hint, hint. And it's called Festival of Food. And it's really kind of neat because I think the way we're going to do this, instead of like bouncing from place to place, if you click on the second icon from the left, it's just quite simple. Food. It looks like a fork and knife. And it has every item that's supposed to be available listed alphabetically. But then it also tells you where you can get it, where the approximate cost is.
I'm going to die on this trip, by the way.
Yeah. And also you can rate it. You can put it on a to-do list and whether or not it's also on the Disney dining plan. And so I thought that, this has a lot of really good potential. I have not used this app in great detail, but I have a feeling you're already scrolling through and you're seeing some things that's making your mouth water already.
I'm going to die on this trip. You're going to have to roll me to the plane. All right, let's dive right into it. First thing on.
Yeah.
We'll go one each. And
sure.
We'll decide, and we can add it to our list.
Sure.
Would you like to try an apple strudel with vanilla sauce from the Germany Pavilion? It got a 4-star rating for the rating and the value, and it's coming up as a $4 option.
No, I'm going to bypass that experience because to me, it's just way too much like apple pie.
And I just added it to my list. Okay, next up.
It's the Artist Palette of Wine and Cheese over at the Wine and Dine studio. And it's looks like it's got like a whole bunch of cheeses, some Pinot Noir, Rosé, and Spellbound Petite Syrah. So basically cheese and wine, and looks like some chocolates and stuff like that. I'm going to click on the thing here. People said it's absolutely fabulous. I don't know. I mean, are you a wine person?
I'm a white wine person, and I see a Chardonnay, and I see a red wine. So, and the cost for this is $11.25, which seems to be a solid value because you're getting 3 cups of wine, and it looks like a bunch of cheese and dessert. I'm gonna pass on that though.
Mm-hmm. Would you be willing to split that with me?
Do you drink red wine? Okay, then yes, I would. Then I will add it to the list.
Okay, we'll go ahead and try that. I'll put it in the to list. Okay, go ahead. Next.
We have a baked shrimp and scallop scampi dip. It's baked shrimp and scallop scampi dip with sourdough bread. Got a 4-star rating with a 3-star value at $6, and this will be located at the Coastal Eats Pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
I will do it and I will put I'll put a asterisk next to it. It depends on the weather.
If it's really hot, I can
really
see
hot, I won't do it.
No, I get it. Because that could actually set your stomach like a rock if you're not doing it. Okay, I'll add that to the to-do list. Next item is a banana almond soft serve sundae. Dear goodness, does that sound good? Basically, blue diamond. This is interesting. Soft serve sundae made with blue diamond almond breeze almond milk, fresh berries, almond and chocolate almond streusel for $4. Yep.
You know when this will be great? When we know that they close at 8 because the park closes at 9, booths close down at 8. This would be a great treat to watch Illuminations and eat.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Or if it's really hot in the middle of the day. The only thing is it's ice cream, so I mean it might sit heavy.
But it's almond milk, so it's probably a little bit lower on the fatty side type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So next we have a barbecue beef. Oh, where was that one located though?
That was in the Shimmering Sips Mimosa Bar.
Okay, and that was only $4.25. That's very reasonable.
I think so.
Very reasonable. We have a barbecue beef tenderloin. It's Kenyan coffee barbecue beef tenderloin with sweet potato and corn, and looks like a bit of a slaw on it. This will be located in the African Pavilion. It got a 4 rating and a 5 for value, and it costs $5.75. I'm not a fan of this. No. The Kenyan coffee barbecue beef, kind of coffee beef. I don't.
It's actually better than you think, but I'll tell you what. Let's consider it for later. If there's probably a lot of other great things to try.
Okay, what else we got?
Next is speaking of beef, beer braised beef, and I think I've had this before. Beer braised beef served with smoked Gouda mashed potatoes in Belgium. It's $5. It's rated as 5 all around. It might be something to take into consideration.
It didn't look interesting to me, but I'm going to add it to the list because it simply did get a 5 out of everything.
You're curious.
A lot of reviews. Yeah, I mean, that's got a lot of reviews to it, so I'm gonna take it for what it is. I'm gonna combine the next two just to make life a little easy for us.
Sure.
We have 2 different Belgian waffles, one with a berry compote and one with the chocolate. Both are at $4.25, obviously from the Belgium pavilion. I always like the chocolate one. So I am going to add that to the list. I think it's a great little treat. $4.25 to me is a little bit steep for it, but I completely understand where it's going to.
Okay. By the way, I'll go ahead and ask this question. Do we have an intention of splitting some of these dishes?
Absolutely.
Okay. Just making.
I'm not a germaphobe at all. So
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna be living together for 4 days.
Yeah. So yeah, and we live in the same place for once a year anyway. So yeah, I'm not skeeved out by sharing drinks or food by any stretch.
All right. Okay. So the next item. Now, I saw this before its show and I'm like, this sounds interesting. It's a black pepper boursin souffle, and it's a cheese souffle with fig marmalade. And it's at the Cheese Studio. $5.
I don't care. It's at the Cheese Studio. There's going to be other things there that I want to eat. I like cheese.
You want to put it on the list just to kind of...
I did.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Next.
We have a black pepper shrimp with garlic noodles. $6.75 from the China Pavilion. 4-star rating overall. Here's the thing. It looks good. It's just noodles and shrimp. $6.75 is a little steep.
I have to tend to agree, but then again, for big shrimp, it may be decent, but I think I would rather try other things first before I try it. Yeah. And speaking of which, there's a next one over in the Alps, a blueberry and almond. I'm gonna mess this up. Blueberry and almond frangipane tart. So it's a tart with cream fresh cream and blue diamond almonds. It's $4. Looks cute. Looks splittable. I think I will. I'm not too much on blueberry. I mean, I like blueberry, but
I love blueberry. It just doesn't look appetizing, honestly.
It looks small.
I have to skip the next one unless you want to do it because I can't pronounce any of those things.
Yeah, it's from France. Beef braised. It's basically beef braised in Cabernet Sauvignon, red onions, and puffed potatoes. I'm gonna stay away from it because just onions themselves, I got to be careful of, especially if I'm eating a lot. Red onions are okay, but and also people are also already giving it a 3-star rating across the board.
No picture either.
Yeah, so we'll bypass that experience for now. The next one is a braised beef stroganoff, and it uses stroganoff in quotes. Stroganoff with tiny egg noodles, wild mushroom, bruising, garlic, and fine herbs. Cheese sauce at the Cheese Studio Pavilion.
Okay,
it looks good, and it's beef, and it looks like there's more beef than anything else. So I would try it.
Yeah, I would definitely. I'm going to add that to the list. And if you look at the picture, that's a really good picture they have. If you start going to people's reviews, it looks a lot darker. So they definitely lightened up that picture. So something to keep in mind. We have the next two items, or some of my favorite things they have. First, we have a butternut squash ravioli with brown butter vinaigrette, Parmesan cheese, and pumpkin seeds from the Wine and Dine Studio Pavilion. 4 out of 4, and it's $4.50. I've had it before. It's good.
I would like to try it.
Okay.
Okay.
And next one is Michelle says it best. Joey doesn't share food. We don't share this one. This is the Canadian cheddar cheese and bacon soup over with the pretzel roll from the Canada Pavilion. 5 out of 5. I don't even need to read it. It's $5.25. I would give you $125. It's that good.
I love this. I may actually bypass this.
Really?
Not because I don't like it, because I absolutely love it, to be honest with you. I think that will act. I mean, if I eat that, it'll have to be like at the end of the day.
Okay, just sits too heavy on you.
It probably would, and I'm just going to be careful about it, just so that I don't run into any issues. I don't have issues eating. I got a pretty solid, solid stomach. It's just we are talking about a lot of food here.
Yeah, so. A lot of all day too.
Yeah. So so the next one is like I'm not even gonna. It's in Mexico, but it's basically a chocolate bread pudding served with, some kind of a bruetta creme anglaise. Oh, it looks so good.
That's all you, my man.
It looks good, but I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it on the to-do list, but I reserve the right to change my mind.
All right. Over at the Appleseed Orchard Pavilion, they have a caramel apple popcorn, $10. It looks like you can take the container home with you. It looks like a little apple. Yeah. It's cute. Not for me.
No. If I'm gonna spend money on something that has popcorn and like a popcorn bucket or something like that, it's gonna be like a Mickey popcorn bucket.
I hope they have a nice popcorn bucket because I need to add to my collection.
What about the next one? Carrot cake, freshly baked carrot cake with cream cheese icing from the Hops and Barley Pavilion. It's $4. Looks like a simple carrot cake. I'm not, it looks great, but it's a simple carrot cake that you can probably get nearly anywhere.
I don't like carrot cake, so
okay,
that one's on you. Next, we have a cheese plate featured Maplewood Farm Applejack branded brandy barrel aged maple syrup. From the Appleseed Orchard Pavilion, $6.50.
I guess I'd have to see it in person.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one as a maybe. I'm not sold on it yet.
Okay. Now, if you don't want to do something, if you want to do something a little different, I've had something very similar to next, which is basically a cheese plate in a cone. And the cone, by the way, is not edible, but it looks like.
Oh, I thought the cone was edible.
No, it looks like it's made. When I was at the Harambe Nights event back in July at Animal Kingdom, they had things doled up this way too, and it's actually a piece of sheet bamboo.
Okay.
So it's biodegradable. It's a natural resource. It's renewable and stuff. It's actually quite a cool way to serve a dish like this. But it's got Spanish meats, cheeses, olives, and herb vinaigrette. It's in Spain. It's $6. Again, it'd be one of those things. It would be nice to try.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and put it on the to-do list, but I reserve the right. But the next one, the charred chimichurri skirt steak on a smoked corn cake with pickled vegetable slaw and cilantro aioli for $7. It got 5 stars over at the Flavor Bar. I say we're going to add that on there.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, anything that's steak, we're almost going to have to get it.
Yeah. Next, we have a cheesecake trio with raspberry, chocolate, and New York style cheesecake bites from the Shimmering Sips Mimosa. $5. Got about a 4 and a 3. I could see why the value is so low because they look like very, very small portions, which looks
like it's a quarter.
It looks like a bite size, and I understand, food and wine is smaller portions. I get that. This looks extremely small. Yeah. That's the only reason I'm going to pass on it because $5 for that. I mean, I don't know. That's to me a little steep. Next up, we have chicken dumplings. Chicken dumplings with Chinese slaw. $5. They're always good. I add them to my list.
Okay, and I do like myself a good chicken dumpling too. Mm-hmm. What now? At one of your favorite places in Morocco, they have a chocolate baklava, which is a rolled phyllo dough, which is a very flaky dough with toasted almonds, dark chocolate sauce.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, I like that idea.
It's something different. It's something I normally wouldn't do.
Now, what about this in the sense of idea of something that you normally wouldn't do? And this seems to be a new trend in chocolate enjoyment. The next one is a chocolate picante, dark chocolate mousse with cayenne pepper, paprika, and mango lime compote from Flavors of Fire. $4, no ratings yet.
It just doesn't tickle my fancy.
You don't think a chocolate and heat kind of go together?
No. And then the mango lime compote. I'm not a big compote person. I'd be willing to try it because it's $4.
I'd take to try it just because the heat with the chocolate always intrigues me.
Yeah, I would try it.
But dude, oh my gosh, the next thing. Hold on, mouth watering problem. Chocolate hazelnut cake, vanilla cake, hazelnut, mascarpone cream. Dipped in chocolate in Italy. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
And it's on a popsicle stick, so we good. Next, we have from the Italy Pavilion. This is a balsamic glazed and oven roasted pork ribs. You better believe it. If it's pork, I'm eating it. Hey, okay. So I just said that, and now I might want to take that back because next up is from the Brazil Pavilion. We have a crispy pork belly and black bean, tomato, and onion. I don't think I could do that.
You don't think so?
Pork belly?
Pork belly is basically bacon, except it's not cured. It's not for everybody because if it's really fatty, it's not good.
We'll add it to the list.
Okay.
$6, why not?
So,
yeah.
Yep. This escargot. Basically, it's escargot croissant with garlic and parsley. I think we talked about it. We kind of decided we have to do it.
I hate that it's in the croissant now instead of just serving the escargot in a dish. But yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Creme brulee is next on the list. I would probably say not really. I like a good, creme brulee, but not,
not, and especially not at $4.75 with that tiny portion. I don't see the value in it. We have a dark chocolate raspberry tart from the Chocolate Studio Pavilion, $4.25. It looks like it got good reviews. Doesn't tickle my fancy though.
It doesn't really for me either. But I will tell you something that does make me curious.
The next one
in Australia, the deconstructed pavlova with pastry cream, citrus. Macerated berries with lemon myrtle meringue from Australia, around $4. Got 4 stars up and down. It looks like something that's nice to share, and also something that looks a little fresher, a little bit lighter. You know, I think we have to give that a try.
Yep.
So
next up, we've got duck poutine with brie cheese fondue on some French fries. Yeah. Yep. It's a little pricey.
It's a little pricey, but I've never had anything like that before, and I think that's part of the fun.
You've never had poutine?
Actually, no, I have not. I have not had poutine, and Danny just locked up in the most funny look. That's just funny. There you are. I've not had poutine before. I've really not.
Oh my god, this is a very long list. Whew. Okay.
Now, what about the fondue?
Hold on, I gotta get back to where we were.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
But it's fondue, imported cheeses, and Chardonnay served with croutons. So basically, it's just
cheese dipped
cheese,
melted cheese,
with wine, melted croutons in France. $5.
I'm gonna add it, but like Chris says, we reserve the right not to eat it.
Okay.
What about a peach tart?
Well, there's nothing really about it. It says it's $4. There's no picture. I guess if I see it and go, ooh.
Yeah.
Now, this one.
Yes, 1,000,000% on the next one.
You want to try the frothy ramen?
Yes. First of all, I'd love ramen.
Okay, this is chilled noodles with dashi broth with a light foam topping. Now, the funny part is who said it? Someone said it here in our... Oh, Randy mentions, I hear the frothy ramen is gross.
I don't care.
Okay, this is all on you, bro. It's $6. It's fine. 2.5 stars.
I don't care. I'm doing it.
Okay, there you go.
All right, what about the fruit and nut energy snack?
No, we're gonna have enough to eat as it is. The grilled sweet and spicy bushberry shrimp. I think this looks like something I would rather try rather than the shrimp with noodles that we saw earlier in China.
See, I don't know. Like this just is 3 shrimp over some greens.
But
I don't know.
It's the spices I think that I would like to.
Yeah, I can.
I'm going to try it. Even if you can try it, you don't have to. But I will probably go for it. Besides, I really like shrimp with good vegetables, and that looks really good.
The next thing I will not. So if it's all on you, would be the grilled tuna taki. Grilled tuna with seaweed salad, pickled cucumbers, and wasabi cream from the Hawaii Pavilion.
I am going to try that.
Okay.
I love a grilled tuna. I love tuna of any sort, and it says here it's inspired by Aulani over at the Disney Vacation Club Villas in Hawaii. I'd really like to try that, so I'll put that on the list.
The Impossible Cottage Pie. Impossible Cottage Pie with impossible ground meat with carrots, mushrooms, peas, topped with mashed
cauliflower.
Oh, it doesn't say. I don't have that.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Says mashed cauliflower, white beans, and mozzarella. It's at the Earth Eats. Now you know what impossible meat is, right?
No, I'm so scared.
It's a meat substitute.
No, gosh, no, absolutely not. What are we, crazy?
I'm not willing to try it. I'll be really honest with you. Besides, Kathy makes a really good shepherd's pie, and she makes it with cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes, and it's really good. And I just think it's going to be very similar to what my wife makes. Of course, I think my wife will probably make it better. Jerk spice chicken.
Yeah.
And Islands of the Caribbean. Yeah.
Yeah. Jerk chicken is delicious. What about the pork slider with sweet and sour Dole pineapple chutney?
Yes. I'm going to have to say that because it really looks good. The Kahlua pork slider. Yeah. Spicy mayo, the whole shot. Yeah. Korma chicken with cucumber tomato salad, almonds, cashews, and warm naan bread. Oh, you had me at naan bread.
Doesn't look interesting.
Oh, that looks so good. I'm going to put it on the list. I don't care. It's from India. I like the spices. It's probably something that you would find like in Sanaa. Oh, gosh,
we have a Le Cellier wild mushroom beef filet mignon with truffle butter sauce. Yeah.
Well, the thing is it's probably very similar to what you can get at Le Cellier.
What
I'm
about
gonna
a liquid nitro chocolate almond truffle? I don't know. This liquid nitro stuff, man, really it's
you,
really
you don't
bad.
you don't want to mix chemistry with your food.
No, it kind of creeps me out a little bit.
Um, I'm gonna put it on my to-do list, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna try it. Okay, so everybody's been talking about this one,
I already added it.
the loaded mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, you gotta try it.
Oh, next one, lump crab cake.
Yes,
Yep.
please.
Yep.
Please.
Yep.
Now this one, okay, this one hasn't been reviewed yet. It's the Madras red curry with roasted cauliflower, baby carrots, chickpeas, and balsamic rice. It's from the India Pavilion. It looks really good. I've never had red curry before.
I don't like red curry. I like green curry. Green spicy. Red's usually sweeter.
I'm going to go ahead and put it on the list. We'll see how it goes. Okay. The mala chicken and shrimp bao bun. But it looks like it's deconstructed. So it's not really, in my opinion, it's not really a bao bun.
No.
No?
No. Same thing with the next one, too. Maple bourbon cheesecake. No. I mean, I like that it has caramel and pecan crunch, but no. Doesn't do it for me.
So the next one, marinated chicken with peanut sauce and stir-fried veggies from Thailand. I bet you that has some good flavor to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, put it on the list. Why not? Give it a whirl.
All
What about
right.
a mini funnel cake? No, because I get funnel cakes all the time when I'm up here.
No, and I'm not paying $8 for a funnel cake.
Yeah, especially not a mini funnel cake.
Yeah, so I just no. Now this is interesting. Moqueia Brazilian seafood stew, featuring scallops, shrimp, and whitefish with coconut lime sauce and steamed rice from Brazil. I want to try that.
Yep, I would agree.
Okay.
We also have from Morocco New York strip steak green flatbread with fresh radish and tomato salsa.
It's a little pricey at $9.
Yeah, $9. Yeah, that's what that. Yeah, I'm gonna solely pass on that because of the price.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Here we go. New Brunswick slider. Slow braised beef brisket, pot roast style, with horseradish cream and crispy fried onions on a potato roll with pickled veggies on the side at hops and barley. That actually sounds really good.
That's all you, my man.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
And the next one, I'm going to opt out solely because of the price, but we have the New England lobster roll, warm lobster with fresh herb mayonnaise and griddled roll at $8.25. That seems a little steep for me.
You know, the thing is that I had the lobster roll at the Boathouse in July, and it was absolutely amazing. I just don't think it would match up to this, and I would probably be disappointed. So
yeah,
that's only why I plan on skipping this one.
What about a Nigerian meat pie? No description of what it is.
It's good. I've had this before.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah, something very similar to it. It's actually it's good, but it's a meat pie. It's kind of like a empanada of sorts, but maybe with different spices. In fact, I think this is at the Refreshment Outpost. This is like the African Outpost. And if I'm not mistaken, they usually always have those things.
Yeah, read the next one. I only want it because I want to take a picture with it.
The No Worries Panna Cotta. Raspberry, papaya, and mango panna cotta with a cookie crumble base topped with a Lion King white chocolate cookie.
I wanted simply to take a picture.
Do you like raspberry and papaya and stuff like that?
No.
I'll put it on the list because I'll try it.
Good. I want the picture with it. Pacifico True Striped Bass with slaw and fire roasted tomato sauce. Yes.
Yeah.
At $6. That's a good value right there.
Passion fruit cheesecake. I would probably pass.
Yep. Pineapple saucer. We're gonna pass because that's just Dole Whip.
Yeah. Now this looks good.
You like shrimp, huh?
I do like shrimp.
Okay.
You don't. I take it.
I'm not the biggest shrimp person.
Okay, that's fair.
It's one of the few shrimp and tuna are the two things I'm like, I can live with it. No, actually, I lie. I don't like lobster.
Okay, I can understand that. Okay, I understand that. Pre piri piri skewered shrimp with citrus scented couscous from Africa, $6. It looks good. I'd like to give it a try.
I
Now,
love couscous, so yes.
okay, that's cool. Next one is pollo. It's either polo or pollo, however you want to pronounce it. Crispy chicken with a marinara sauce. Basically, it's just chicken tenders ish.
With a breading on it, nah. From the Italy pavilion, so no, I'm good. What about we have the Brazilian cheese bread? I mean, that just sounds delicious. I mean, we're both gonna die, but
yeah, I'm gonna bring some extra blood pressure meds. Now the thing is that someone mentioned that the cheese bread was good. In fact, I think it was Chris, our local communications director, said it was really, really good. So we'll have to give that a try. The next one, quesito puff pastry with sweetened cream cheese and guava sauce from the islands of the Caribbean.
It didn't have guava. Oh. All right, I'm gonna add it to the list.
Okay.
Next up, we have the ravioli carbonara, ravioli parmesan with egg yolk, cream, and bacon from the Italy pavilion.
Really,
if they can make it anything like my mother, yes, it'll be good.
let's give that a try. It looks like it's big enough to share. Even it's a little bit on the higher edge side price wise, $7. But you know what? Okay.
Yeah, it looks like you're getting about 6 mini raviolis. So it should be all right.
Red hot spicy Thai curry beef from Thailand.
Do we have to share a room?
You can always sleep outside.
That's fine. At this point, I might have to. All this curry you want to eat. Oh,
Yeah,
I want it though. It's hot. I gotta try it.
We're gonna sleep with the door open.
This next one, I have no interest in. The picture's terrible.
The picture is terrible. It's a roast bratwurst in a prop impeller pretzel roll, which I will admit I love a good bratwurst, and a pretzel roll always gets me every time. But I think there's so many other things that we're going to try.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see. Roasted Irish sausage. Now it's roasted Irish sausage, which is, a type of sausage, big whoop-de-doo. With colicum potatoes and onion gravy from Ireland. Okay. Mr. Chris is going to skip this because I have no idea what kind of onions they're putting in, that sort of thing. And, you talk about having to have the door open that night. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The next one. Yes.
Roasted lamb chop.
Roasted lamb chop with sweet potato puree. Yeah. $7.75. Oof.
We can go ahead and try. I'll take a bite. I'm not a huge lamb person, but I've been surprised before.
Okay. What about empanada? I'm gonna say no because those are so readily available where I live.
I would probably have to agree with you on that.
Good luck with the next one.
It's from Germany. It's a pasta. Yeah, I'm just gonna go right to the description because I'm not gonna butcher this and have somebody yell at me. Pasta gratin with ham, potatoes, ham, onion, and cheese for $4. It looks good, but it also looks heavier than hell.
I put that on the list. You better believe that.
Now, this I'm going to try because it's Spanish. It's from Spain. Seafood salad with shrimp, bay scallops, mussels, extra virgin olive oil, white balsamic vinegar, and smoked paprika. That looks fabulous.
It looks very light, too.
It does. And if that serving, I mean, granted that serving looks relatively small, but you can have a nice time with that. Seared scallops.
Yes, they're delicious.
Seared scallops, truffled celery, root puree, Brussels sprouts, and Brussels sprouts. Yeah,
you can have them. So they had these at the also. I had them last year at Wine and Food, but they also had these at Flower and Garden. When me and Lindsay were there, we had 3 helpings of them. They're that good. Shimmering strawberry soft serve, no.
It looks too sweet.
Looks like death. I feel like you will like this. A shrimp and cold noodle salad.
You know what? I think I will probably pass on that.
Too much shrimp at this point?
Well, I just think that I've had a shrimp and cold noodle salad before, and it's nice. It's fine. It's very fresh. Give me something with a little bit more flavor.
Okay.
So,
Next thing I'm also gonna the Sicilian cannoli, or as we call it, the ganole. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this.
yeah, I can understand that. Smoked corned beef with crispy potatoes, cheese curds, pickled onions, beer cheese fondue. It looks fabulous. It's from the Flavors of Fire. It's $5, 5-star rating. What say thee?
I'm only gonna put on the list because of the price.
Are you not a corned beef fan?
It's okay. I'm not like an over the top. I need to eat it, but I will say because it looks like a good amount on that plate for 525, I think it'll be worth it.
You know, my concern is that anytime I have any sort of corned beef, I'm always concerned it's going to get stringy.
Yes.
I mean, that's always my biggest concern is it gets stuck in your tooth or something like that, and a toothpick just doesn't do. Yeah. Oh,
What?
the next one,
Yeah.
Spanish style paella with patafaro and roasted chicken. I have to try that if for nothing else. My daughter, when she came home from a semester in Spain, made a paella. Oh my gosh, it was good. So I want to try it.
Okay. Spiced crusted salmon with Uncle Ben's grains, melody, crushed avocado. Yep, it looks good.
Okay. I'm not a big quinoa fan, but I'll do it.
Okay. The spicy hummus fries, I'm good.
Is that like a yes good or no good?
No. I don't like hummus.
Wait, hummus fries. So are they like fries made out of hummus? Because if that's the case, I'm going to bypass this experience.
It's what it must be because it's spicy hummus fries with cucumber, tomato, onions, tzatziki, and chipotle sauce, and it's $8.
No.
No.
All right. Spicy Kenyan vegan Githeri. Well, it's vegan. I think that kind of answers your question.
Yep.
No offense to vegans, by the way. Just,
We have a spicy roll, tuna and salmon sushi topped with volcano sauce. I
think I would wait. That would be one of those cases. I'm going to say this, and obviously this sounds so stupid. If I feel like an extra bite to eat, I may try that. But I don't think I'm going to really have that problem.
To me, it's sushi. I can get sushi up here, which is great. We can go get sushi while we're down there, which is good. That to me, it's not random enough.
Yeah. Okay. So taco de puerco, shredded pork belly on a corn tortilla with salsa verde. What do you think? It looks like for $6, it's a street taco.
Yeah, it looks very small.
For $6, we got ourselves a whole bunch of street tacos downtown Milwaukee a year ago.
Yes, we did. So I'm going to say no on that one.
I'm going to say no either. And I'm going to say no to the next one, the teriyaki chicken bun. Because basically, for $5, it's a single bao bun. And not that there's anything. I love myself a good bao bun. They're really good. I really like it. But I'm just going to bypass on it. Oh,
I'm going to bypass the next one, too.
Teriyaki glazed spam hash. Yeah, I'm going to bypass that experience. Okay, I think I'm going to bypass this next one.
Yep.
which is the Impossible Burger Slider. Okay, wait a second. Let me back this up a minute. The Impossible Burger with wasabi cream and spicy Asian slaw on a sesame seed bun from Earth Eats. Here's the deal. You've never tried anything like that before, have you? I've never tried anything like that before. Maybe we ought to just try it just to satisfy our curiosity. And for $5, what's the worst thing that can go wrong?
We take one bite, we don't like it, we spit it out and throw it away.
I would rather go for the next one, which is
the next one.
The Steakhouse blended burger. Blended beef. What's blended beef? Mushroom. Oh, beef and mushroom slider. Oh, that sounds good. Tostada de carne, which is basically beef tostada.
No.
Not
for $7. Same thing. The trio of artisan cheese. No.
It looks
small. No.
Yeah. Vanilla gelato sundae.
No.
No, because if we want to go get a Ghirardelli hot fudge sundae type of thing, we'll go out to Ghirardelli's and at Disney Springs. Oh, venison stew. Yes,
I
please.
love venison.
Warm chocolate pudding with Irish cream liqueur custard.
Oh, sounds so good, but no. No, I can't. No, it's all right. You might like this warm Indian bread.
Now,
pickled garlic, mango salsa, and a pesto dips.
This is very much a very like limited version of the bread service that you can get at Sanaa, from what I can tell. I would definitely go for that.
Okay. Warm Irish cheddar cheese and stout dip.
I don't like stout. And I can tell you something. I accidentally made the cheddar cheese soup from Canada with a darker beer than what they recommended. And I got to tell you something. I think it ruins it.
Okay.
That's just me. Because one time you're supposed to make it with Molson. You really can't get a real Molson around here. So I usually use a Stella. One time I didn't have Stella. So I had Bass. It's a little bit darker, a little bit heavier. It doesn't do it. So
yeah.
The next one, probably warm something Swiss cheese.
Nope. No.
Ooh, the Wookie spare ribs from China.
No,
probably not. And I'm at the end.
I'm at the end.
Okay, so we have. Oh dear goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20. This is the Listen to Chris Count podcast. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Oh my God.
42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51 items.
All right, I don't have as many as him. I know I don't have as many as him.
Anytime I heard you say yes, I went ahead and did it.
All right, I want to add mine up because I don't have anywhere near as much as you. I want to see. I'm not going to count the cents. I'll just add a couple bucks at the end.
Michelle said, if you're sensitive to soy and eat one of those Impossible burgers, you're going to have a bad time. Bambi stew. I like Bambi stew. I really do. I hate to say it. I know some people said, they say it's horrible. I love venison. My dad used to go deer hunting every year. And used to always bring back some good venison. The blended burger, Carol says, was awesome last year. Trisha loves corned beef. Chris also says that he's saying the duck poutine was really good. B also said that the corned beef is delicious. So I can deal with that. Yeah. Jess is like, my scallops. B also says, I'm picking 2, the Cheese Studio maple bourbon cheesecake and from Active Eats, the loaded mac and cheese. Randy says 25,000 calories later. Chris and Danny are in a food coma. Yep, you're right. Oh, Bobby says, quite simply, Tums. On the way down to the Indie Disney meet, I need to pick up myself a big bottle of Tums. I already planned on it. Melissa brings up a really good idea. She's like, anything we can have at home, we're skipping for the first time around. We want to be adventurous. And that's kind of what we're trying to do too. At the same time, let's see. Michelle also mentioned, did Disney really try to rebrand a Dole Whip for Food and Wine?
How much do you think? Ballpark. I don't think I have as many as you on my list, but take a ballpark what we're at. And this was out without drinks. This is just food.
Are you talking about the number of items or the
No, the cost.
I'm going to say that we're at least 400.
All right, so maybe with your list we would have. According to my calculations on my list, we're at 321.
So we have this. Randy makes a great idea. He's like, donations are now being accepted from Chris and Danny to pay for the food. So I got $75 in gift cards.
I've got about 50. So we're getting there.
We're getting there.
And you got to remember, everybody, Chris had a much larger list than I did.
So I was thinking, I was thinking,
You had 50 things.
yeah, and I was thinking the average cost of $6 or $7 a piece. 7 times 5, $350. Round up a little bit. It's an amazing amount, and how much this, and this is over 2 days, which is really not that bad if you think about it. And we're going to be eating like absolute gluttons. It's absolutely horrible to think of how much we're going to be eating. Yeah.
I have 42 items on my list. So yeah, we would probably be pretty close to that 400 mark without any drinks. So we need to order a case of water when we get down there.
Well, I think we can talk to our wonderful friend Chris, who is our local communications director and now our hydration consultant. So yeah, we'll have to talk to him.
I'll buy you a beer flight.
Now, mind you, I've got my bottle, my refillable water bottle, which I am going to obviously use big time. I also have a nice little clip-on bag that is going to be filled with swag for people that are going to run into us throughout the time that we're there.
What? No snacks?
I bought snacks, but the funny part is I bought them for like the actual plane rides.
Yeah.
Type of thing. I told my wife, I said, she's like, do you need anything for your trip? I said, could you pick up some snacks? And she kind of looked at me. I'm like, no, you don't get it. I go, just in case I need something at the airport or something like that. She was like, oh yeah, I totally get it.
I'm bringing my giant suitcase because I didn't want to stuff it all in a backpack. So I'm going to be packing half that bag with like Cheez-Its. Granola.
I've got a big bag too that I'm bringing. Because I asked my son, I said, would you like for me to bring home anything? He's like, well, maybe a really cool Star Wars shirt or a cool Star Wars pin or something like that. And so on and so forth.
I truly think this trip is more going to turn into just food than anything else. The food and wine is really just going to be more of food.
Now, granted, we didn't even go through any of the alcohol beverages and this, that, and the other. And I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't mind for when we go to Illuminations, grab myself a wonderful scotch.
You need 2 of them. I want to see that face get nice and red.
You don't need to see 2 of them. Red. I just will say that I really enjoyed the scotch, the McKenna over at Rose and Crown, and I just think that. Depending how I feel, I may try that. I may try something else. But it's also, man, their scotch is really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even for
liquors of this, but
yeah. So
all right. Well, do you have anything else you would like to add?
Well, okay. So here's the deal, everybody. I'm actually going to push this episode out. It'll actually be out for our podcast listeners tomorrow, Friday the 20th, which is right before we're going. So here's the deal to everybody that's listening. If you drop us a line over at Behind the Ears Podcast at gmail.com or drop us a line over at the Behind the Ears Podcast Facebook page, or you can post something publicly over there at the podcast page or even the WDW community page, and you have a request of something maybe that we didn't put on the list. You're making fun of me, aren't you?
No, I'm eating.
Oh, okay. If you have a request, make the request. We are going to live stream as much as possible. It is going to it's going to be definitely interesting. We may have Chris Cam going on because I have some of you saw the test I did earlier today with a GoPro, streamed from a GoPro, which was really kind of interesting, a little different. I don't know how well that's going to work, but we'll just have to give it a try. So we'll have to see. But
I might even buy a new phone before I go.
Well, didn't you like trap your phone like 2 minutes after you got it last time?
It's fine.
Are you gonna cross over to the light side and actually get yourself a real phone like a Galaxy S10?
No, I was really intrigued by the new iPhone 11. I didn't realize how old my phone was until today. And I was very like, oh, wow, the iPhone 11 came out. And I was like, oh, I got an iPhone 6. Mine's old.
Oh boy.
I like man, I was a Galaxy person for so long. You know the reason I switched over is they stopped producing the Notes because they were blowing up. And that was now they obviously make them again, but that was the reason I switched over to iPhone.
So let me ask this. One other thing. Jerry makes mention of this, and I actually was thinking about this earlier today. She said, put your money on a gift card that fits around your wrist. So much easier to pay, and you'll have no security issues with your credit card. Either that, I really was actually contemplating something like this because I really didn't want to. Put a lot of stuff on our Magic Bands just to kind of keep the accounting decent between the two of us. So I'm kind of wondering about that.
Here's the thing though. If you want to drink, you still got to carry your ID.
Oh, yeah. And that's why. Hold on a second.
When he's doing that, listen, at the end of the day, I'm a 6'1", 270-pound bearded individual. I find it very hard to believe that someone's going to take that wallet off of me. And now, granted, I have buttons on my back pockets. So you now need to two options. I need to either forget because I had a little bit to drink and I didn't button my back pocket, or you got to be pretty sneaky to unbutton my back pocket and grab my wallet.
Well, that's also why you have me. I will keep definitely you in check. So all I have to say is that, as I said, the podcast listeners will get this right before we go. I'm pushing it out as a special release. You can always catch the replay because unfortunately, Mark, if we go over this all over again, because Mark says, "Hey, almost an hour in, I just logged in. Can you all start over?" Yeah, I'm already hungry as it is. This really did make me hungry. So let's see. So I don't have anything else, Danny. Looking forward to this, and by all means, man, we'll see you in Orlando.
You will. Take us away.
All right. So I'm going to press this button, then I'll press this button. You heard the show, and we hope you want more. Well, feel free to join us over at our social media platforms. Instagram and our Facebook page can be found at Behind the Ears Podcast. Our webpage is behindtheearspodcast.net, and our email is behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. And our Twitter handle is @BehindTheEarsPC. And come and join the conversation about all things Disney over at the WDW community page. Don't forget to rate and review the show over at iTunes or Apple Podcasts, as it really helps us get the word out about the show. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes or Apple Podcasts or the Podbean app. Also, you can listen to us on Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and via Alexa and Google Home.
With that being said, everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Ears Podcast. Once again, we go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and or YouTube. You can follow us on all our social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Any listener questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at behindtheearspodcast@gmail.com. Trisha would kill me if I didn't mention it. Please join the WDW community Facebook page. And with that being said, I hope you all have a safe and wonderful weekend. I hope everybody attending the Indie Disney meet will donate a lot of money. I can't wait to hear who wins the 50-50, who wins that amazing package, vacation package for a family of 4, and also just has a good time seeing Jess, Nick, baby, Chris up on stage, getting swag. And obviously next week's shows will be a little bit different since we will be partaking in our Disney trip starting from Sunday to Thursday. So just a heads up for next week, Thursday, we will try to do an afternoon show. There will be no Thursday evening show since Chris and myself will be traveling. Tuesday, we will try our best to figure out a way to do a show. With that being said, once again, everybody, if you can't partake in going to the Indie Disney meet, you can obviously still donate through our link to the Give Kids the World, as well as they have their auction online. And you can find that on the Behind the Ears podcast page, on the WDW community Facebook page. We'll make sure we bump that link up again there so everybody can find it a lot easier. So with that being said, everybody, I hope you all have a safe and wonderful weekend. Can't wait to talk to you guys next week. So tuck your kids in tight, wear your seatbelts, and don't forget, there's a big, bright, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. I am Uncle Danny. Until next time.
And I'm Mr. Chris. I've been in training all week for this trip. Let's see how it goes. All right, everybody. I'm going to make it short and sweet. Thanks a lot for joining us. We love you guys, and we really appreciate your support. We hope to see people at the meet. We hope to see people next week. And if not, we'll just have to see when we come live again. But until next time, we hope everybody has an absolutely magical day. Take care.
Toodles.